My biggest fear is to just be good. Because why be good when you can be great?
I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy, great artists steal.
But what does this mean? Copying is simply replicating, while stealing, true stealing, means taking inspiration, making it yours, and transforming it. When you dig into the stories of the greats, you'll find a pattern. They didn't isolate themselves, trying to be wholly original. They studied, borrowed, and learned from the people before them. They stole ideas, not to mimic, but to build. Oh, it's here. Let's take a look at Virgil Abloh's work. He had a philosophy he called the 3% rule. The idea was simple. You don't need to overhaul something entirely to make it fresh. A 3% tweak, a subtle, intentional change, can turn familiar into extraordinary. This principle was at heart of his iconic collaboration between Nike and Off-White called The 10. Virgil took classic Nike shoes that were already legendary and reimagined them with a raw, deconstructed aesthetic. He exposed foam, repositioned logos, and added his signature zip ties. The result? Shoes that felt like they belonged in a gallery as much as on the street. His genius wasn't about starting from scratch. It was about honoring the original while daring to reinterpret it. His work reminds us that innovation often comes from the subtle shifts, from asking, how can I make this mine?
It comes down to trying to expose yourself to the best things that humans have done, and then try to bring those things in to what you're doing. I mean, Picasso had a saying, he said, good artists copy,
great artists steal.
Jobs was never afraid to take ideas from others, reimagine them, and turn them into his. In 2007, Jobs showed a product that changed the world. The iPhone. It wasn't just a phone.
A widescreen iPod with touch controls, a revolutionary mobile phone, and a breakthrough internet communications device. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone, and an internet communicator. An iPod, a phone.
It was the combination of 3 ideas. This wasn't about inventing from scratch. It was about seeing the potential in existing ideas, improving them, and delivering something the world had never seen before. That's the essence of greatness.
To take what exists, make it better, and transform it into something extraordinary. Good artists copy, great artists steal.
Let's be clear. Stealing isn't about shortcuts. It's about learning to see. Pay attention to what works, what resonates, and why. Find artists or ideas that inspire you. Ask yourself, what makes their work exceptional? How can I interpret that through my voice, my lens, my pen? This process isn't instantaneous. Greatness takes time. When I first started creating, I thought every idea had to be entirely original. I felt that if I borrowed inspiration, it somehow diminished my work. But I was wrong. Borrowing isn't diminishing, it is empowering. Let me show you how I have used this in my own work. Look at creators in your field, find their outliers, the videos, pieces or songs that skyrocketed beyond their usual reach. Study them. What can you learn from their execution? Then reinterpret those lessons in your work. Growth comes from not being scared to lose, but also being scared to fail. You're not just competing with others, you're competing with the version of yourself that settles for good enough. Good is the enemy of great. It's about pushing past comfort, stealing inspiration with purpose, and shaping it into yours. Stop aiming for good, aim for grit.